Hello, hello, hello. Whoop, whoop. I don't know. I just felt like doing that random sound. But welcome, welcome, welcome to So You Think You Can Homeschool, a 21-day journey designed to empower parents just like you to thrive as home educators. So whether you are new to this or you are true to this, know that you are in the right place. Throughout these next 21 days, in fact, we're at day number 17, so we're coming towards the end. We have been going over everything you need to either start your schooling journey as a parent or to get you encouraged to continue your homeschooling journey as a parent. A little bit about myself: I am an educational consultant. I have been a curriculum specialist, meaning that I was the administrator over all things teaching and learning. I have over 15 years in early childhood education, and all things reading, I pretty much have. My mission is to empower Christian women just like you to nurture the next generation, both academically and spiritually, so that you can walk in your God given assignment on your life. And so there is a free ebook that goes hand in hand with this amazing series. So I want to make sure that you do grab that ebook. In that ebook, there is a complete guide of on all things when it comes to homeschooling: how to homeschool, what is homeschooling, what are some of the challenges, the benefits, etc., etc. You name it, it is in there. Okay. So make sure that you do grab your make sure that you do grab your workbook that goes hand in hand with the series. There's also a place for you to directly write in all of your notes. Each day we've been going over tips, tricks, strategies, you name it. And today is no different. In fact, today we're going to be talking about teaching letters, sounds, and blends with confidence. Teaching letter, sounds, and blends with confidence. Giving you just like a brief breakdown of the foundational steps of reading instruction. Now, here on my YouTube channel, I have a ton of playlists and videos about alphabet formation, alphabet recognition, etc., etc. So note that although we may be just going over a little bit here in this video, there's an entire playlist that you can watch, that you can use as a resource to educate you even further on the subject. All right, so let's just talk about the three building blocks of reading, which consist of these three things: recognizing letters, associating sounds with letters, and blending sounds to form words. Mastering these three foundational steps is essential for you to develop strong reading skills. Okay, so recognizing letters is simply pointing to a letter and saying, "What letter is this?" And then the second step, pointing to a letter and saying, "What sound does this letter make?" The third one is taking two sounds, right? So like blue, right? And saying, "Okay, what sound do these letters make?" Blue. And so they have to blend those sounds together, right? Ultimately, as a child blends sounds together, those sounds become words. And so I know, just like the other week, we went over going from letter identification all the way to sentences. And the middle of that is beginning to blend sounds in order to form words. And so let's go over just three steps to teach letters and sounds. And that is simply, you start with simple sounds. So in my curriculum, Reading by Design, I have it where the letters are rolled out from easy letters to more difficult letters. So, for example, you want to begin with letters that are easily identifiable. Oh my goodness. Who, child? Let me slow down. Begin with easily identifiable sounds. So, like, that's right. Probably one of the first sounds that a child actually learns as a baby. They learn because it's easy to make. As you go and they begin to mock you. And then S and A, thus, and the as sound. And then you want to use engaging tools. So you always want to start with the more easily identifiable or sounds that are easy to say or easy to write. Right. So some curriculums like Orton Gillingham, for example, they choose letters in order of their difficulty to write. right? In my curriculum, Reading by Design, I've done letters that are can easily be said, the sounds, and written. So you kind of have two of those components together. But you want to make sure that you're literally rolling out letter names and letter sounds in order of complexity. And I actually go in this even more in depth in my workshop when it comes to teaching letters. So definitely make sure that you sign up for that, tune in, because I'm not about to go too more in depth with this, because I do have the information out there as to what this actually looks like. The next thing you want to do is use engaging tools. So you want to make sure you're incorporating visuals, songs, hands-on activities. You want to make learning fun. Once again, I even double down this in my workshop on how to teach the alphabet. There's a certain way you want to begin to teach the alphabet, because the alphabet is so redundant, right? It doesn't take a lot of critical thinking. It doesn't take much brain power to tell you that this is the letter A. You want to do things that will get children to actually master the skills. These are what you call like a DOK one or depth of knowledge one. Basically, it's just a basic recall question. It doesn't take much brain power. What you see is what you get. And because alphabet, right, learning the alphabet is one of those skills, you want to make sure that children actually master that skill without losing interest in it. And so incorporating things like visuals and songs and hands-on activities will allow you to do this. The third step you want to do is practice daily. Like, because this, and I hope you're walking away with this, because letter identification is so redundant, right? It can be so minuscule to some. You want to make sure that they're actually mastering all the skills that need to be mastered. And so in order to do that, you need to constantly be reviewing, because these skills, right, can be redundant. They can also be easily forgotten, right? So have you ever, especially if you're teaching preschool, like you get midway in the alphabet and then you go back and review and they have forgotten all the letters that you've already taught them. This is why, right? It can be the same way you can easily teach them, they can easily forget them. So this is why my curriculum, Reading by Design, there's a review every single week to keep everything that they've already learned fresh in their spirit. Okay, so these are the 3 steps you want to do. Start with simple sounds, use engaging tools, and practice daily. And you also want to celebrate small successes in order to build their confidence and to keep children motivated. So, in order to keep your child motivated, constantly tell them you're doing a great job. We've been talking about this throughout this entire series. Understanding that they're learning this whole homeschooling dynamic just as well as you are. So, constantly give them their wins. This will help their confidence. Remember, in homeschooling, you're really entering into a new title. You're entering into a new shoe, as you may, right? As you're becoming their home educator, they're beginning to see you in a new light. And so you want to constantly build their confidence the same way you want to build yours also. All right, so we talked about letter names. And the one we talked about letter sounds and letter names. And the second thing we talked about was beginning to blend those sounds together. This just simply means, for example, if I was blending the word cat, I'm combining 3 sounds. I'm combining k, ah, ts. Okay. And as I begin to combine those 3 sounds, k, ah, ts, there's different ways you can blend those sounds together. One way I love to do it is the stretch way, which is when you stretch one sound to another, then the second sound to the third sound. So you go k, ah, ts. Wait, I did it too quick. Cat, at. So you kind of see the at and then the at, and then you begin to like plush them together. At, cat. There's another way I like to do it where you just kind of like, you do kind of like almost a race car through it, cat, and see if they can like begin to pick up on the sounds. One way that I began to really get my daughter to blend sounds at a very early age is I was constantly modeling it and seeing if she could figure out what word I was saying, and I made it a game. Can you figure out what word I'm saying? cat, cat. And I would just keep saying it until she eventually heard the word cat. And so as her sensors, in her brain began to constantly hear the words, by the time she was blending sounds on her own, it was a lot easier for her to pick up on certain words. All right. So just like with letters, you want to introduce common blends. Sh, ch, st are easy common blends. Then you want to use repetition and rhyme. Reinforce blends with rhyming words and repetitive phrases that they hear over and over and over and over and over again. And then, just like with letter names and letter sounds, you want to practice blending. Start with simple words like ship, chat, stop. Okay. Notice that when you're dealing with blends, and I don't have this on the PowerPoint, but you also want to find words that have hard endings so that they can really focus on the initial blend. So for example, ship, that's a hard ending. That is really hard. It's a sound that you can hear. It's not a soft sound. It's a hard sound. Same as chat. It's like it's a hard sound. Same as stop. Okay, that all right, those are two sounds that are really easy to hear. And so we call these hard sounds. And so because the ending sounds are harder sounds, are not soft sounds, a child can then really, really, really focus on the initial sound or the initial blend in this case. And if you have not yet, let me just go ahead and say, give this video a thumbs up if you're learning something new here. I'm so excited to have you on this amazing 21-day journey. Speaking of this journey, just remember that teaching reading is a journey. Okay, we just talked about blends, letters, sounds. It's a process. And if this is your first time homeschooling and you have no teaching background, you are probably learning alongside with your child, and that's okay. Okay, so I just want you to know it's okay. Right? You're learning with them. Your first year, 2 years, 3 years of homeschooling may be one big learning curve, and it is okay. Remember, your confidence as well as their confidence is going to begin to grow with practice. Both you and your child will improve through consistent effort. Right? You can't just start homeschooling on Monday and fall off on Tuesday. You have to be consistent with this thing. It's just like watering a plant. You stop watering that plant, it's going to die. Homeschooling is the exact same. So patience and encouragement are key, not only for your child, but also for yourself. And I'm always going to give you one quick little takeaway. I want you to try either if your child's working on letter sounds and letter recognition or blends, I want you to begin. And sorry, I have a lot of spit in my mouth because I just left the dentist and ran home so I could jump on here for you guys. I want you to choose one letter sound and one blend to just focus on. Use a song, a visual, hands-on activity to begin to teach the letter sound or letter blend, and then practice blending. Right? Whether they're just now learning their letters, you can still practice blending, like I just shared with you earlier, by you blending the letters. Or if they're ready to blend, have them start blending the letters. Okay. And then I want you to reflect on what you worked on, and then adjust it for tomorrow. Right? Pick a new sound, pick a new blend, do the same thing. And then I also want to introduce and invite, in case this is your first time here, to my upcoming workshop, The 3 Secrets to Teaching Reading with Ease. In this workshop, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 different components of reading that you must have in your homeschooling routine and curriculum, and then how to do this in an easy and simple way that will not give you a headache, and that will help you streamline all of your reading instruction. See you soon. Same place, same time tomorrow.